Yeah, yeah. Conversation and simple flipping. That's the movement. Hit the like, subscribe, check it. Yeah, for the next minutes of live TV, you stop with me. Got no limits, I'm that vivid, I just kill it. I take records, cut them and make Mona Lisas. Art pieces, I'm that vicious, I'm that secret. Conversation and simple flipping, I'm live with it. A real magician talking ish and painting live pictures. Stop tripping and start clicking the like button. I take news, analyze and expose crime patterns. For share, remix, comment, you gotta subscribe. Have my numbers through the roof, yeah, it's back wild. Thank you for your PayPals and your super chat. Hit the bell, notify when we drop next. Conversation and simple flipping, live with it. Art pieces of that silks, I'm that fish. Conversation and simple flipping, I'm live with it. Conversation with them that bitches. Conversation and simple flipping, that bitch. I'm that conversation and simple flipping, we're live with it. Conversation and simple flipping, I'm live with it. Art pieces of that sick with them that bitches. Conversation and simple flipping, we're live with it. I'm kinda different, yeah. We're live with it. Flip that.
Yeah, what's up, kings and queens? Back again. And before I go any further, I just want to clarify the video that I posted earlier. This video is about Rata telling Mchololo that he will never say that. This was when Advocate Mchololo was cross-examining Brigadier GININDA. Now, what we can take from here is, my criticism is, don't get me wrong, Rata is a very good guy, very good judge, very learned, and is most of the times schooling us on the law. But there are times, those times, that he just sometimes choose to mislead the defense. An example that I can give is when he told the defense that Oscar Pistorius' phones was never able to be decrypted, the iPhone. So you needed the data from it. You needed to send the phone to the UK. Only to find out the headquarters of the iPhone is not even in UK, and Oscar Pistorius' phone was decrypted. There were more than 3,500 messages that were decrypted from that phone using the same software that is being used in this court case. So these are just some of the things. On this one, why I found him to be on the wrong side, I don't know if I can call it the wrong side. He's saying, I will never ask a question like that. Now, if he had said, I don't remember saying a question like that, or I don't remember asking a question like that, yeah, I would understand. But now he's saying, I never. Never means like, I ain't never done that. It's fine. Let's let it slide. So now back to the proceedings of today. The court was mulling over the previous recordings that we were listening to. I'm not going to go too much into what was going on today. I'm just going to probably concentrate on Numaro's cross-examination and then Mchololo's later cross-examination and a few aspects thereof, because there wasn't a lot of sparks today, because Mchololo's testimony was dominated by GININDA saying, I had already said that, I have already testified. Subsequently was just giving that I had already testified. Because why? Earlier Jaja had intervened and said he remember Brigadier GININDA testifying on this, and then also he had tried to stop Mchololo from testifying, mentioning a voter person case, which was dealing mainly with the advocates of the states, which were prevented from questioning the same client while they are representing the same side. So it means only one of them was supposed to get a chance. But that judge there, I think they suppose as Rata and as the other defense agreed, the judge there made a special ruling that special condition that this could be allowed. Now, this is a different case. What I remember throughout this case, and then also starting from Baloi's first submissions, that these people are accused for committing a crime on common purpose, right? It's common cause, something like that. Now, common cause probably means they were in conspiracy, like they were conspiring. So it was some sort of conspiracy. So meaning they had some motive which they were sharing. Now, we know that throughout this court, the advocates, Mshodolo advocate, Mkomezu advocate, the advocate Muniz, advocate Numalo, advocate Ramsep, Mr. Ramsep, I don't know if he's an attorney or what. So now, throughout this case, they've been questioning interchangeably like that. They could come back to the same witness, questioning him about witness number one on a question that was asked by a first defense. They could repeat the question. This has been happening throughout, so I didn't know what was special today. Let's move forward. Eventually, Mushololo was saying, no, it's fine, say, if I'm not allowed to cross-examine, I can stop. I can withdraw. Rata said, no, you can go on. You go on, just. But I'm saying the rules don't permit what, all that. Later, Rata mentioned that case, and then Baloi was forced to read it. He read some passages from there. Then Advocate Numalo entered the stage questioning Brigadier GININDA. Now, this is what happened during Numalo's cause examination. He started by asking him about his first meeting with Ntanzi, and then he also went to a statement. I'm just going to go through these points because there was not a lot of sparks today. He went on to now the statement that GININDA had made, which hasn't been handed over as evidence. Now, this statement, he was asked if he remembered it. He said no, he remembers it, but he will have to look at it in order to jog his memory. Now, he was asked about that statement. Before he could ask about the statement, Rata was on his case and said, no, we want to know which part of the statement are you intending to deal with. And then Numalo said it was concerning the meeting between him and Bongani Dance. Now it went on like that until eventually he was allowed to question GININDA, who confirmed that he met Ntanzi on that first meeting just before he was about to confess. GININDA was asked if he used the warning statement to question accused number 4. He looked and searched and he found that he couldn't find if he did that. And then he said he would look and then respond later. He was asked, how did he document that statement? If he didn't document his statement with Ntanzi, if he can't remember where he documented his first meeting with Ntanzi, a prior meeting before the confession. Now he mentioned that it was in his diary, long story. You know, this brigadier always got long stories, so I'm always not in the mood to entertain his long stories. What I do is just pick up if he answered the question before or if he didn't, because he just elaborates on a whole lot of things that were not mentioned there. And then he was shown a diary with some handwriting there, his diary. Asked if it was his handwriting. He said it was not his handwriting. First, he didn't remember if it was or not, and then that is amazing, because if it's your diary, how could you not remember borrowing somebody your diary to write in it? And besides, Who borrows somebody there? Not a lot of people. And then Rata went on. Rata was very active today. He interjected again, asking Mnisi, do you agree that your client, is that what you said? Your client didn't agree to the warning statement. He stood up and said, no. Remember, Baloi had already said before this trial, within the trial, that he's not going to be using our client's warning statement. He's not going to be getting into there. So Rata was saying, no, you are supposed to. That's the law. Read that passage. He's always making them read some passages. And then he end up Baloi sticking to his guns and saying, no, I've already indicated, sir, that we're not going to be using those warning statements. But Rata, he acceded, but still you could see he didn't like the action that Baloi took. Now, Baloi ended up sticking to his guns. We are not going to use them. I think there's the reason why this is not happening. The statements are not being used. It's because he knows with those guys, the evidence at best is flimsy. Because out of all those guys, the 5 guys, these 3, there are no confessions. So meaning he was not able to overcome them because they were already in some jails and they were under correctional facilities. So you couldn't just get easy access to them like that, like he did with Ntansi and CB, who were kept at police station cells. Now it went on like that. Also, it went to that dentist again. That dentist, Malo asked if the accused was taken to a district surgeon. The interpreter interpreted it as dentist, but Ngumalo never said dentist. He said district surgeon, probably meaning a physician. If I'm not wrong, like a doctor, just a normal doctor, not a dentist. The dentist specializes in oral things, Now, after the interpreter did it like that, Bongani GININDA went into it because he could already sense where the question was going. And he said, the guy was taken to a qualified, he started mentioning qualifications and all that. He was qualified to make state medical certificate. He made that state certificate, it's there, it was given to the defense. Here, Brigadier GININDA is trying to push this statement, this certificate as a medical certificate, which confirms the overall physique. It's not going down like that. We're not accepting that. It's a dental certificate. It's not a medical certificate, which deals with physiology, like your whole anatomy. It doesn't deal with that. It just deal with certain parts in your anatomy. When we go to Mshololo's cross-examination, I'm not going to dwell much into it because it was dominated by, because when she was asked what is she cross-examining on behalf of, she said she's cross-examining on behalf of accused number 2. Now, this was a hindrance because Rata started saying, bringing that the doctor of death, something like that, and real person. He started bringing up that case, and then eventually she was allowed to cross-examine. But even though she was cross-examining, because most of the answers she was getting from Brigadier GININDA was, I have already testified in my examining chief, or in my, I've already testified. That's what he kept repeating, I've already testified. During this cross-examination, one thing that I picked up was when GININDA was being questioned about the sleep of the accused, the guy that he was depriving sleep, taking him to make statements in the middle of the night. When he was asked about that concerning the sleep, the most cruel answer came out, and naturally so. I can't determine the sleep patterns of the accused. But you can determine of the humans, right? Those of the humans you can determine, right? You know, when humans do want to sleep, because you're one of them. Yeah, whatever. Later, the one other question that I picked up was, he was asked between him and Colonel Mboto, who had the knowledge of the case. He started becoming KG, mentioning he answered, and then eventually he mentioned that the prosecution knew about this, blah blah blah. You know what? The proceedings of today were not that classic because Rata was interject. So I don't know. That's maybe Arab versus Hepworth in action. We don't know. Please subscribe, like, and share. I don't have much to say about the proceedings of today. Really, like, I'm not inspired. So bear with me if you feel like my analysis is poor. That's just what was happening today. Peace.